Good afternoon, everybody. Doug Jenkins with the Findlay Hancock County Chamber of Commerce. We are live with the Tuesday announcements. I know it's the second week we've had it on a Tuesday here. I was out yesterday, but happy to be with you to tell you about everything happening here at the Findlay Hancock County Chamber and with our members this week. We have a full agenda today. We've got guests telling you about job postings. We have guests telling you about events. We have a new member of our chamber team to introduce you to, and a whole lot more. So let's get into it as we look at our Chamber of Commerce schedule for this week. As you can see, we have three things going on, starting first with our Findlay Young Professionals group. They have a speed networking event coming up tonight. Michelle Ladd, who you met last week, is here to tell us about that. Of course, Michelle serves as our liaison with Findlay Young Professionals as well. Good afternoon, Michelle.
Hi, Doug.
Was it quieter around here without me here like last Thursday through Monday?
110%, yes.
All right. Well, I'm sorry to bring a lot of loudness back to the office, but let's talk about what's going on for FYP tonight. Speed networking, what's happening with that?
So we started off our event year with a Networking 101 event that we were hoping to just kind of teach our members, what should you do when you come to events? How can you make the most out of your membership with us? So we brought Jordan Stock from RCR, and he did a great presentation. So the logical next step was a networking event. So we took a page out of the Chamber's book, and we're basically kind of borrowing B2B networking for tonight.
Very good. And there's still spots open for this. Just a few, though.
Yep, we've still got a few spots. So, please feel free, register, just show up. We'll be there, and we'll be happy to have you.
And that's happening here at the Chamber then?
That is at the Historical Museum.
Oh, that's right.
Tonight. Yep. So I think registration will start at like 5:15, and we're hoping to get the program started at 5:30.
So there you go. You can go to our website right now at FindlayHancockChamber.com, go to the events section, and just click on register for that. Also, for people who are like, well, what am I still a young professional? What's our age range on young professionals?
It is 21 to 40.
Okay. All right. There you go. I have aged out, but those are the breaks. So if you're in that area and want to meet some other young professionals, though, make sure to sign up for that. Michelle, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
I like how she's saying thank you on her way out, too. That was very pleasant. Thank you, Michelle. Not tomorrow, rather Thursday, we'll have Hancock County Safety Council. This is our monthly presentation as part of the Bureau of Workers' Compensation, a way to help keep chamber members and beyond safe at work, but also to help people get rebates on their BWC, what they pay to the BWC. Our speaker this time around will be from the Findlay Fire Department, and Eric Wilkins. Eric, how are you doing today?
Well, right now I'm recovering from finding out that I've aged out of the young professionals.
I know, it's sad, isn't it?
It is, man. It is.
We're going to start a new group, middle-aged professionals.
That'll work.
You, me, Brian Witta, who's waiting. We'll get it started. We can all talk about kids and how we wake up and things hurt because we slept wrong. That'll be like the mission statement.
Right on.
So, Eric, tell us what's on the agenda for Safety Council this week and the presentation that you'll be giving.
Sure. We're going to talk a little bit about the leading causes of commercial structure fires. We'll talk a little bit about common fire code violations that we run into, how to avoid these issues, and we'll focus a lot on escape/evacuation planning. It's not really that difficult of a process if you do it right, so we'll go over the proper steps for that, and we'll talk about some studies involved in that.
Very good. This has been a big push for the Findlay Fire Department, too, is to talk about that safety planning and making sure everything is up to code. I know you've been talking to a lot of businesses about this.
Yep, that was the big push this year from the National Fire Protection Agency was, escape planning and, yep.
Very good. Eric, thanks for joining us. We're looking forward to seeing you on Thursday.
I'll be there.
Very good. And again, you can sign up for Safety Council right now. Just go to our website, and in the events section, you can see that's Thursday, March 2nd from 11:30 to 1. We'll be over at the Hilton Garden Inn. Lunch is included with that event. And one final event to wrap the week up with this week. We'll have a ribbon cutting at City Apparel right across the street from where we are here at the Chamber of Commerce on East Main Cross Street. They're celebrating about a year in their new facility. Finally able to get that ribbon cutting together, and we'll be coming to you live from that later this week. And remember, if you have an event going on at your business or your organization, you can put that in our member events section. We'll talk about that here too. I think we've got some coming up here in March. We'll have some guests on to talk about that. If you're hiring, we can also help you with that. And we do have a couple of jobs posted here within the last 30 days. We've talked to American Plastics about their manufacturing maintenance technician that they need to work nights. In fact, we had a guest on last week to talk about that. This week, a new job posting, an administrative assistant needed at Coldwell Banker Flag City. Brian Witta is with us to talk about that. Brian, thanks for joining us today.
Doug, how are you?
I'm doing good. We're also here to give hair care tips if anybody wants to ask any questions in the comments.
That's right. We're too old
Brian,
and we're too bald. Here we are.
we don't have time for frivolous things like hair is the way I would say it. Brian,
Right.
tell us, doing some hiring. You've had a name change. What all is going on your way?
Well, we've affiliated with Coldwell Banker. I bought the franchise and moved it back here to Findlay. It's been gone for quite a while. And we have a long time office manager who's worked at a number of offices around the area. And she is looking forward to a well-earned and well-deserved retirement starting in April. So we're looking to bring someone on board as an administrative assistant to help us run the office and to keep things running smoothly for not just our agents to support them, but to support those who call in or may need to stop in and meet with one of us.
What are you looking for in an employee of this type?
Well, we really want someone who's well organized. It's important because that person is kind of the hub. I call Teresa my office mom because she kind of keeps me in check, and that's full-time work.
Yes, it is.
But she does a great job of making sure that things run smoothly for us. And so we need someone who's well organized, who can multitask, who can work independently. Those are real basic skills, but those things really stand out. Most of the work is web-based, so being able to work on a computer and answer the phone, those are all important skills. But being that face, that first impression of our company is really important to us. So we want someone who can fill those big shoes and do well.
Brian, I can't help but notice your super professional microphone setup. Are you doing some podcasting over there?
I actually record my radio commercials here, and I have to keep up with your super awesome microphone. So there's that too.
All right. Well, we look forward to hearing you on the radio as well. Brian, thanks for joining us. And again, if you're interested in finding out more, you can go through our website. But again, what's the best way to get in touch with you for that, Brian?
You can email us at hr@flagcity.com.
Awesome. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
As you can see, we have a lot going on. We're going to get into some programs that we have coming up here in just a moment, but also what we want to do this year with the Monday/Tuesday announcements, whatever they are right now, I guess it's a Tuesday, is introduce you more to the chamber staff and let you know what's going on in their world. We have a newcomer to tell you about today. Rebecca Bosek is our new communications coordinator. Rebecca, thanks for joining us from just down the hall.
Hi, Doug. Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you for joining us. And again, in about your 3 months almost here at the chamber. What are some of the bigger projects you're working on right now in that space?
Well, I've definitely been spending my time getting to know the community, being out at the events, and just finding ways that I can support what all of our business owners and community members are doing. So what I've been spending a lot of time working on is our email marketing initiatives, some of our radio advertisements. So I've spent some time revamping our chamber website, the findlayhancockchamber.com/marketing. So that's kind of summarizing all that I've been working on, just opportunities for business members to kind of share what they're doing, advertise with us through standalone emails or even press releases, the radio advertisements, the profiles of their businesses. We can kind of feature them. So a lot going on. I don't know if you want me to highlight anything specifically in that area.
No, I think you've covered a lot of it. And those standalone emails we're really starting to put together. I like the way you've streamlined the process in that if a member is interested in doing a standalone email to promote their business, they basically just have to fill out a form at this point, right?
Yeah, basically, like I said, that website I mentioned, you can go on there and right on that page, you can submit a request and it comes straight to me. So what you would do is when you fill out that form, you're just filling out your business information, kind of saying when you want your email to run, and you can advertise if you have job opportunities, volunteer events, just anything going on within your business. You can submit that form and request an email, and I would respond and basically figure out when we can kind of get that scheduled, depending on when things are, when the business would like the email to run. And so we've got the form for the standalone emails. We also have a form for our company profiles, and that's for the radio advertisements. So again, just giving us a little bit of information about the about the business, just business information, kind of how long you've been in business, if you've won any recent awards, what kind of products and services you offer. So any of those 2 forms, like I said, go straight into my inbox, and I can use that to promote the business within our chamber advertisements and opportunities here. So
that's a very cool setup, and we appreciate you getting that put together. Just to get people more familiar with you as they're coming in here and everything, what were you doing before you came to us here at the chamber?
Well, yeah, before I came and joined the chamber team, I was doing marketing and brand strategy with Bowling Green State University and Fostoria Habitat for Humanity. So did that for about a couple years, and then, I'm happy to be here now. So.
And of course, the thing you've probably learned the most about working at the chamber is that we eat well, because there always seems to be food coming into the building here.
Yes, I eat more snacks than I think is probably good for me or safe. I don't know.
It's a good problem to have, I suppose.
Right.
Well, Rebecca, thank you for joining us and introducing yourself to the community. We'll have you back on here in a few weeks.
Thank you so much.
All right. I told everybody we had a lot of guests on the show here today. Is this a show? I'm going to call it a show. Why not? Let's get back into a few other things happening here at the chamber. I was told to try and keep these under 10 minutes by an advisor, and I am failing at that. So we're going to get through this real quick. We are still taking applications for Hancock Youth Leadership. That will be for the class of 2023-24. The class is made up of juniors, but they applied during their sophomore years. So if you have a sophomore in high school or know someone who has sophomore in high school, or if you are a sophomore in high school who somehow stumbled upon this during a study hall or something like that, the application process is open. It will be open through March 17th. You just go to findlayhancockchamber.com/HYL and click on the apply for the class of 24 button that I'm highlighting there. It is a little bit of a lengthier application, so you don't want to wait until the last minute to do it. You can save your process, though. So if you start your application tonight, you don't have to finish it tonight. You can come back to it in a couple of days and finish up the essays for that. It's a competitive process. We usually have around 30, 35 kids or so in each class. Looking forward to a whole host of applications from everybody in the city, county schools, homeschool kids, anyone who is currently a sophomore in Hancock County right now is eligible to be in the class for next year. But you have to apply, and you need to get that in by March 17th. A little sneak preview for you tomorrow. If you go to our web store, you'll see all the stuff that you normally see in there, the Downtown Findlay gift certificates, the sponsorship opportunities for Hancock Youth Leadership and everything. We'll be able to buy sausage for the agribusiness sausage sale. That will kick off tomorrow and go all through March. The money raised for that for our agribusiness committee goes directly to agribusiness scholarships and agribusiness education in Findlay and Hancock County. We were able to give away 5 $1,000 scholarships thanks to the community's generosity last year, and you get 3 pounds of whole hog sausage for taking part. The pickup day will be April 15th. Again, that'll be out at Legacy Lawn and Pet. We'll have the sausage sandwiches out there that day. But you want to get your orders in, and you can start ordering tomorrow. Now, if you want to order through someone who's associated with the Agribusiness Committee, you can do that as well. But tomorrow, you will be able to order on our website. We'll talk more about that next week. And one last thing to talk about, our latest episode of Chamber Amplify, the Findlay Hancock County Chamber of Commerce podcast. You can find that in all of the podcast players as well as on our website. We talked to Jason Duff from Bellefontaine, Ohio, and Small Nation about developing small communities. We've all seen the immense development in Findlay. We're talking a little bit more about what they did in Bellefontaine, which is a town of about 15,000 people, and how that process can be really templated to smaller size towns like a Macomb, like in Arlington and beyond, and how we can see more even development in our smaller communities. Had a great conversation. I've known Jason a long time. We're both Logan County kids, so we were able to reminisce a little bit on that. But a fun conversation. I think you'll enjoy it. Just search for, again, Chamber Amplified in any podcast player. That's going to do it for this week. We went a little bit long here, clocking in at just under 15 minutes. If you have any questions about what's going on at the Chamber or would like more information about Chamber membership, feel free to reach out. My number is 567-429-7076. That will do it for the Tuesday announcements. We're back on a Monday next week. We will see you then. Have a great week, everybody.